Hi, I'm Marc Kenigsberg. I'm going to be trying another live stream today. This week in the news for Bitcoin, we see a price that is holding strong at 8,000 now, and has a lot of thinking that we might see a breakout. Might be time for the market to officially turn bullish. We'll see. A lot of things still to happen, and the big question whether the halving that's upcoming in a few been priced in. See arguments back and forward, and I think that it's definitely helping the case, but don't believe people still have a real understanding of what digital scarcity is or how the halving affects price. Traditionally, in the last halvings, we saw a price increase after the halving, and obviously we'll have to see how things change from a mining perspective. And the reward halves in a couple of months, and at the moment we've seen all-time highs in terms of hash rates again and again in terms of the mining, so hopefully that'll continue, which shows people believe in Bitcoin and aren't too worried about the problem that it's people trying to take advantage of mining before the halving. Either way, we'll see how that plays out over the next couple of months. And then Tulip Trust, the day for the courier to arrive kind of came and went, and so far there's been no big reveal of access to the funds in the Tulip Trust by Craig Wright, or any sort of acknowledgement of having the private keys. He did say that the courier was never going to give the private keys, but just information, or there's no guarantee we'd get the private keys. And we saw the submission of a new document, the Tulip Trust 3, which is a huge document and has been asked to be kept confidential in the meantime. So as this continues to develop, we will see what happens. People on the BSV side of the camp and supporters of CSW saying this is all in line with what he said, and just further evidence that he's Satoshi. And people who are against CSW saying this is just, again, a con man trying to find ways to delay and always pushing the goalposts, not being able to actually produce anything because he never really was Satoshi. And on the back of a lot of this news, we saw a big jump in BSV's price, and we'll see what happens. And across the market, it definitely looks like we might have the beginnings of alt season. Seen some big moves from a couple of altcoins, and things will carry on. Whether this is just January and people coming back to things, or this really signals a turn, time will tell. But definitely people starting to shake off the effects of the bear market after 2017 and starting to believe again in the technology and focus on what's important. And one of those companies that's definitely worth mentioning is Samurai Wallet. Their open source Dojo software is fantastic, and over the last weeks there have been more and more explanations from them and updates and explaining how the mixing works and how to use coin joins. And obviously the partnership between Samurai and Nodal is really something powerful for anyone wanting to run a full node, that they control, and that comes with all of the latest technology as it's released. And for anyone watching who doesn't know what a node is, super simple explanation is, in the Bitcoin network you have many different actors. You have miners, you have nodes, you have users. There's all kinds of different parties that help make the network what it is. And nodes can be full nodes or light nodes. And a full node is basically a computer that communicates with other computers on the network of the blockchain. So it can confirm transactions, compare its record against others, and this is the way that the blockchain is stored all over the place. And people who are really pro BTC or Bitcoin maximalists buy into the idea that Bitcoin is all about verifying, not trusting, and the way to do that in the Bitcoin network is to run your own full node. Whether you're mining or not is irrelevant, but as a pro user you should be running a full node. So for any questions about full nodes or which are the best options to run, maybe about that, or feel free to ask me. And this week, hopefully, this is going live to Twitter as well through Periscope. So any comments and feedback on these streams would be greatly appreciated. And until then, just have a great week and keep learning about Bitcoin.